Yo. What's up? What's all good, people? All good? How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
not bad. Will, how are you? All good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I've
What?
had a decent week, so yeah.
What about you, Ibs? All good?
Yeah, I'm good. Happy to be back. I've been out for a few weeks, but yeah, I'm back, ready for the Champions League week.
It's gonna be an exciting week for lots of teams, and welcome to Chris. I think Chris, is this your first time
Yeah.
on the next gen?
It's not on the next gen. Yes, it's my first time. Yes, so
Yeah.
this is my first time. Yeah, it's all good as well for me. All good. Good weekend.
Cool. I guess we were thinking maybe go over the kind of the Champions League, and maybe do you guys would want to also look at over the Prem games, or
Yeah,
should
like
we just
the
look at
top
the
four
Champions League?
race. Yeah, I'll say top
Yeah.
four race.
Top four
Definitely.
race, yeah. I guess
Okay.
we might because the Man City PSG game is tonight. I guess we'll talk about that first, and then try and kind of work about that. So, Will, what do you think of the game tonight? What do you expect from this game?
Ads is in the background, by the way, Ibs, if you could have him in. But I expect Manchester City to go through. I don't see Poch turning it around. You know, Mbappe's not fully fit. He's on the bench. I've not seen the Manchester City lineup, but overall, I think
They
they've got a
got
better squad than PSG. They've got a better manager, so they'll probably go through. 2-1 up, 2 away goals. Can't see PSG overturning it.
same. That's what I'm feeling like. I think Pep's gonna sit not back, but maybe play a bit of counter-attack type football, and like City's defense is solid. So I think it would be like a 1-0 win for Man City. So yeah, I don't think PSG will have enough firepower with what's it called, Mbappe. There we go.
I
So
think Mbappe's
yeah,
on the bench, isn't he? Also,
I think he's
Mbappe's on
just
the
done
bench.
dusted.
Yeah.
Like PSG with it's not their year. It's not their year now. I think it's definitely City's to go to the final for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'd say, yeah, I'll go and yeah, as you can see, I wear my PSG top. Obviously, I'm praying PSG win today because I don't want to see Man City winning the Champions League. But I think City are just too strong. They're too strong for PSG, especially how last game PSG started strongly, but then second half Man City just turned it on, and I feel like it's going to be same. It's going to be the same result today, and Man City will go through to the final and probably win as well.
Ibs, who would you rather see win the Champions League, Chelsea or Man City?
I'd rather see. I don't know, Chelsea. I just can't see Man City winning it. I don't want to see that happen.
Ads, are you all good? How are you? All good?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, man.
Good. What do you think of the game tonight? Are you going to be watching the game?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's a good clash. You know what? I wouldn't write PSG out of it, but what I'd say is the weakest link, and it always will be until he's at the club, is Pochettino. I just don't see any major kind of fix with their problems that they have with Poch in charge. I honestly think he's overrated. I don't rate him too highly, but I do think he is a decent manager. And being decent doesn't win you anything. So they're getting knocked out today, and Man City will probably net back 1 or 2 goals. I don't think they're going to go too ham, but yeah, man, I'm going to be real. Before you asked the question about City and Chelsea, I honestly believe City will win the Champions League, and that's not being biased. I honestly see Chelsea having just as much of a chance as Real Madrid and City. I just think PSG haven't got a chance, but Real Madrid, Chelsea, and City, they will have the same amount of chance.
Well, for tonight, City. Let me get the team sheet. I think so. Yeah, City tonight. I think they're playing Edison, Walker, Diaz, Stone, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Bernardo, Mahrez, Foden, and De Bruyne. So the guy looks like no Aguero's going more for that.
Yeah, the exact same 11 from last week, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Alex, do you know what annoys me about Pochettino though? I actually rate Pochettino to a good level yet. But the way the French media suck him off compared to how they treated Tuchel is actually a disgrace, considering what Tuchel did for PSG and what Poch has done so far.
Yeah.
It is a joke.
Like in that PSG game, PSG actually just bottled themselves like the chances they let in. The first goal where Kevin De Bruyne kind of crossed it and it went into the goal because the keeper didn't know what to do with it. Defenders didn't do nothing with it. And then the second goal was even worse. Like, that goal, how it went through a wall, that should never happen if you got a wall. Never let a ball through your wall like that. It's kind of disgraceful, I think, for PSG to let a goal like that, and it's so stupid.
Yeah, I watched the game. Like kind of what was it? Last week or 2 weeks ago, and I watched the game. Man City maybe weren't the best team, but look when you have big name players and big players who step up and score and make and create a chance in a good moment. That's what wins you. These Champions Leagues. It's all about having those players that can get you those goals in those particular moments. And Man City do have those players. So, and you have to always be on your game. And PSG made 2 costly mistakes that might cost them the Champions League again. So, who knows? Mbappe's not starting tonight also. So I think it's probably going to be a disadvantage for for PSG and stuff, but who knows, man? Like it's gonna be a good game. And also what I've noticed, like this year, there hasn't been in like previous years where there's like a crazy game, where there hasn't been like a Liverpool Barcelona or like a Tottenham Ajax. There hasn't been kind of that thrill. Most games have been quite just someone just won the game. There hasn't been kind of a particular story or a crazy game of moments where like a team scores there and then the team gets a last minute goal. There hasn't been kind of any types of games like that. So
no, not really.
So do you all guys think Man City is going to go through then, or do you think maybe PSG?
Yeah.
I think City are going to win it, all of it.
Yeah,
I don't want them to.
Yeah.
I don't want them to.
I
think they will.
I know you don't.
Alex, you said
that's fair.
There's been no emotional real moments. I sort of agree with you, to be honest. Like there's not really been many this year in the Champions League. I think I guess maybe the only one for us is obviously when we beat Atletico, but that's a bit biased.
I think also about having fans. I think fans makes a huge part. I think even last year when we saw some of the games, when the first lockdown came in, some of the games, like I think Barcelona, no matter what, I think Barcelona wouldn't have lost by that many goals if they had a full stadium packed. You know what I mean? Like those players wouldn't have wanted to give up a performance of that in front of all those fans. You know what I mean? It's kind of the interesting part. Is like fans in Champions League nights is massive. Chelsea, they had to play in Atletico Madrid's training ground. Imagine if maybe the pressure would have got to Chelsea. They were playing in front of 80,000 people at Bernabeu Stadium. It's a completely different type of emotion and stuff. So I think that plays kind of a big part. But we'll move on to Chelsea's and Real Madrid game on Wednesday. So Ibs, what do you think about that game?
As you mentioned, like obviously not having fans is a big factor, especially with Champions League nights. But onto Chelsea, Real Madrid. I would say Chelsea, obviously they're in the driving seat at the moment because they've got their away goal, so they could go on to win it. But Real Madrid are very strong and they know how to play in the Champions League, and that's the difference. They have the experienced players within their team, so I wouldn't even be surprised if Real Madrid actually win the game, just because Champions League is their competition. Zidane knows how to win it. Most of their players know how to win it, whereas Chelsea they lack experience in their team. So I think Real Madrid could go to Stamford Bridge and win tomorrow as well.
Well, what would be your score?
I think it would be like a. I think it could be like a 2-0.
2-0.
It could be.
Ads, what do you think? What do you think about the game?
Well, we know who I work with closely. Of course, I want his team to lose. No, I'm joking. No, listen, Real Madrid are just that they're not as good as they were, and I don't think they ever will be. And if they want to be, it's going to take many seasons for that to work. But Chelsea, they are looking pretty good at the moment. I honestly believe this is going to be the closest game yet, to be honest with you. I think City obviously have to pass against PSG because obviously PSG are just PSG at the moment, not playing with a lot of confidence. Obviously with the ball going through the box was shit. I don't know what that was. so they pretty much won that game. But no, man, I honestly think Real Madrid and Chelsea are lined up on the same level at the moment in terms of how much confidence they're playing with and just how strong they are. So for me, it's going to be a really close game, but I think Real Madrid will just edge it 1-0. That's what I think.
But moving on to my Chelsea boys, like Chris, what do you expect from this game?
Yeah.
Is there going to be a Timo Werner masterclass? Do you think? Or?
Oh my god. It's not about to me. It's not even about Timo Werner. Like I do back my boys to win the game. I think we can get a 0-0 game for stars, but I just feel like we need that. How Kante performed in the first leg. We need that Kante again for this game, because if he does that again, like Kroos, Modric, they won't do anything again. Like, so if we close them off,
we need energy. In
yeah,
the game,
we definitely need energy.
We saw that in that game, in the first leg. Like Modric and Kroos just don't look like they have the legs anymore to do it. They can't constant pressure, and we saw that from Mount and even from Kante, where if it's constant pressure, they couldn't really play the ball. So I guess Chelsea, they do have to kind of go at them, not let them play at their own game, because I think if Chelsea do that, then probably Chelsea will, even Madrid might go through. So we need to be careful on that. But Will,
that's what I was gonna say. Something else, like the front three for me. Like you got to have pace in that front three, like if you want to stretch Madrid's defense. So like even if Timo Werner does play, it's still a good choice. Like it's not a bad one, because Timo does stretch their defense and all that, so it can open space for other players, like maybe Kai Havertz or Pulisic, whoever it is, and like to get an opportunity. So if Timo Werner does play, it's a good choice for me still.
Yeah. What about you, Will? What do you what's your thinking there?
Well, I think Zidane is under a lot of pressure to go through, considering they might not win the Liga. There's high expectations on Real Madrid, considering the rest of the Liga. I wouldn't say they're poor, but not up to the standard there normally is. Atletico have almost bottled it. I think they might still be top of the league by a couple of points. But I really see Real Madrid struggling in this game. I really do see them struggling, because last time they couldn't create any chances against us. Zidane's got to change something. I know that Kroos is meant to be deep anyway, but I think he was even deeper than he normally was, because Mount, Kante and Jorginho as a three outdid Casemiro and Modric. So Zidane's got to change it up, because I don't see them creating much at all. So
yeah,
I think we're going to go through.
Well, against Chelsea at the moment, the only way you can sort past Chelsea is, a world-class goal or some kind of world-class finish. We saw that, especially in the Champions League, the record for Champions League, Chelsea our clean sheet record is good, and most of the goals that we've been scored against have been a bicycle kick and just a world-class moment of goal from Benzema, and it was one shot, and I think Chelsea in this game, we can rely on our defense. I think we all know, and I think also Ibs and Ads know that Chelsea at the moment have been very solid at the back. I guess the only problem is, in this game, is that if Chelsea not clinical and we don't finish this game off, then maybe it could buy us.
I think so. The pressure could also get to Chelsea as well, and that's the difference. Whereas Real Madrid know how to deal with pressure, because they've been in that situation before. They played in Champions League semi-finals and finals. They know how to get there. I think that could be a difference tomorrow if it goes down to like the last 15 and it's still 0-0. The pressure could, obviously, Chelsea could suffer from the pressure.
I could also counteract that and say, maybe some of these players, because they haven't been there, done it, they have so much will to go and perform,
the hunger,
and hunger. You know what I mean? But also, like, Mount. I think also that some of these players, even Reece James and who might play, and even the likes of Rudiger and these other players, they played against Bayern Munich last year, and they really felt how it was to lose. And I think some of these players, especially like, for example, a player like Mount, who we know will probably start tomorrow, he will want to go and win this game. And even Kante, like, look, Kante, he's won everything in football, but the only thing he's not won is the Champions League. And I think if Kante really goes out and wants to perform for the team and go and win that Champions League, then I think he will. So it's literally mentality. And it's tactics. I think Will brought this up at the start when he started saying it's going to be a tactical. It's going to be a very tactical game because I think we all know. I think Zidane, he can be tactically good, but we all know that Thomas Tuchel is a great tactician also. So it's
Zidane. To me, Zidane, he's not. I wouldn't say he's bad tactically, but I think he can make in La Liga. He can make very naive decisions and try things that just don't work and it backfires. Like I remember I was watching them play against Sociedad, I think it was, and he put Casemiro in centre back as like a part of a three, and then they got overrun in midfield, which led to them conceding a goal because then there was more runners, so then they had to mark it. They got stretched out and they conceded from it. But yeah, it's just I think we will win. I think we're going to win 1-0. That's my official prediction. 1-0.
That's my. That would be my kind of prediction. Also,
yeah, it will be a very interesting game.
Yeah,
I think the fact that we could have like 2 European competitions where both teams are English teams, I think it just shows the strength of the Premier League compared to all the rest of the leagues in Europe as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, Chris, what's your score prediction for the game? What would be your score?
I did put a quick one in there. I said I think it's gonna be a 0-0 game, and we're gonna be on our edge of our seats near the end, and it's gonna be like we're gonna be throwing up and everything.
I'm gonna get to the 80th minute, man. I'm gonna be thrown up by that time, man. I'm gonna be like, I do not want to say because, man, we all know as Chelsea fans, we saw that against Barcelona. Like, when was it? Like back in 2000, and I can't really remember the day now.
2000 in the 2012 where we won 1-0, or
no. When Iniesta scored against the goal, you know what I mean? It was a 0-0 game, and I think Iniesta scored. It was when Barcelona beat 2012 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. When Barcelona beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 1-0, and
in 2009, I think.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah, maybe it's one. Yeah. So you know, what I mean,
it's a while back.
Because the only thing I'm scared of, is we all know. I think that it just Real Madrid still have quality players, and they have players who can have moments, right?
Yeah.
Benzema can have a world-class moment and do something out of nowhere, right? We don't have that. Like we can have that, but we don't have those players to. We haven't seen those our players yet. Yeah, Pulisic stepped up, but we haven't seen those players really take the game and scrap the game and take the game for themselves and go on and win it. And Real Madrid do have those players that can just all of a sudden just, Real Madrid could have a poor half, most of the poor game, and then just get a goal, all of a sudden because just
Mount. I think you have Mount, but he's going to be inconsistent at it because he's so young. I think he is the only person at the moment like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Alex, can I ask you a question? Actually, I can ask everyone this question. What front three do you think Chelsea should play? Like, who do you think should start?
I'll pick mine and I gotta go because I actually gotta go at 1:30. My front three will be, I think, Pulisic, Kai Havertz, and Mason Mount, and that's same as a Timo Werner fan. I think that's gotta be a lineup, but I could be wrong, and it could be Timo Werner instead.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Look, man, I think if I always try and put a bet on Thomas Tuchel's starting 11, I would lose every time because with Thomas Tuchel, you never know what he's gonna do. You never know. Like he always changes things around. And look, as an opponent against Chelsea, it's a good thing, because then every single opponent that plays us never really know what we're gonna do. But at the same time, I think you will play Timo Werner. I guess Real Madrid have to kind of chase this game, and I think he will play Pulisic. I think Pulisic's dribbling, a turn of pace, and also he can dribble 2-3 players, and then probably it will open the game up for us to counter attack. So, and then maybe Mount will definitely be in that team for for his energy and also his clinical edge in the final passes. We've seen that in the last couple of games. He's stepped up. So yeah, Kai Havertz, it's gonna be. Look, for me, whatever Tuchel does, I trust him, and I think the last couple of games, he's picked the right players for the right time. We might even see Ziyech play, man. Who knows? That's the thing.
Wait, what formation do you guys use?
It's 3-4-2-1, isn't it?
Or like a 3-4-3 sort of shape, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But
the right and left forward aren't like wingers. They're between the lines, quite narrow. So
yeah, and we saw Mount also in the first leg against Real Madrid kind of drop back to make it into a free midfield with Jorginho and Kante. So he might do that again. So we'll see kind of how kind of that game plans out. But
got this question from Indiana.
Yeah.
Who do we all think wins the Champions League and why? I'll start with you, Alex.
Man, I said it like 3 or 4 months ago, and I said, "Oh look, Chelsea could win it," right? And I was being a bit deluded before, but like now, man, like the way Thomas Tuchel's got this team working and doing things, like Chelsea could win it. Like, do I believe in it? Yes. Do I think Chelsea can get there? Yes. But it's like, am I expecting Chelsea to go and win it? No. Like, I think our expectations were never to be where we are now. You know, we never expected this. But look, I need to back my team. You know, I wouldn't be a fan of Chelsea if I didn't back my team to go and win it. So I think Chelsea could win it, man. I really do, and I'm not even being deluded or just biased. I just think Chelsea are the underdogs, and sometimes underdogs always. Look, Chelsea. No one expected Chelsea to win the Champions League when they won it the first time. You know, so I'll give it to Chelsea, man. I think Thomas Tuchel will be a huge part to why Chelsea would win it.
Ads.
I'm biased. Being unbiased, I'm gonna say Man City. As much as I don't want them to, I think they're just. I don't know why. I just in my head, I just vision all of the teams, all of the best teams in Europe. I look at Manchester United. I look at Chelsea, and then I look at Man City, and then I look at Bayern Munich, PSG, all of these teams, and it's just like Man City's just on the top of all of them, like in a tier. Like if I were to be asked to do a tier list, like in a few minutes or something like that, I would put City above everyone. At them, I have that edge. Like when someone talks about Manchester City, I'm like, oh, City, like that is like the proper. They are the bosses of the season. And I said at the start of the season, I said, it probably will be only a matter of time. I think in the next few seasons, Man City will definitely, overcome and really become such a unique club, because I think they're not just in our shadow anymore, man. They've definitely got their own presence. They've definitely got their own unique style. And I picture them as a dangerous side. So for me, Man City will win it.
And Ads, I think Pep Guardiola. The only thing I'd be worried, and I think I do see City maybe even winning it, is I think Pep's record in finals is incredible. I think he's won 25. He's won 20 finals. He's won 19. The only one he lost to was against Mourinho back 10 years ago when Mourinho was at Real Madrid. So. Yeah,
to be fair, Alex, every manager left in. I think Tuchel has actually lost the final, but I think if you look at Tuchel in semi-finals, I don't think he's ever lost one.
Yeah,
Zidane's never lost a final either, and Pep's lost one, so it's going to be interesting. And Poch's won one. He's won the French Super Cup, so well done, Poch. Well done.
Yeah. well. So who? Answering the question, who do you think is going to win it, man?
Do you know what? I actually do think we're going to win it now. I'm confident because Thomas Tuchel, second best manager in the league, the best German manager in the Premier League. And when we win the Champions League, I'm comparing Tuchel to Wenger when we win the Champions League. Okay, I'm starting the debate. Yeah, I'm starting the debate. Christian Pulisic's going to score the winner in the Champions League final. It's coming home, and we're gonna beat Pep in the final when we beat Zidane tomorrow.
I like the confidence. I'm liking it.
Very, very confident.
No, but man, it's good though, man. It's good to be positive.
Don't clip this up. I'm sorry. If we lose, don't clip this up. Please.
No, I'm clipping it up.
Well, who cares, man? But the thing is, no one even expected us to be there, so we should be this confident. You know what I mean? Like we should be.
No, you deserve it, man. Listen, I said this now. Yes, like I said on GNA TV yesterday, the 4 teams. For me, where they are right now, if they for example, if Chelsea lose, I'm not going to be in Chelsea fans' faces about it, because I could just be like that. Because like when people always say Man United, they're crap because they get knocked out semi-finals. The first thing people are going to say, if we win the Europa League, what they're going to say is, oh, you might should be doing that anyway. But if it's another team, it's all right. That's just not this. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just I'm not going to pick and choose my motives like in how I say something. I'm not going to change the way I say it. So if you guys do lose, that's fine. I'll congratulate you guys for getting that far, because the 4 teams who last the longest are the 4 best teams in that tournament, so they deserve respect. So yeah. Man, game 1, I want to see who's going to win it. Interesting.
It's going to be exciting. But Ibs, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you already know my answer. It's going to be Man City. Yeah. I think they're too strong. Like last week when they played PSG, I was saying PSG literally were dominating the first half in the first few minutes of the game, and then second half, City like just turned up the switch, turned up a gear, and then they just won the game easily. And I don't even think they're playing at their full strength. Like last week, I don't think that was their full strength. I know City can play much better than that. So this is their trophy, and yeah, I just have to congratulate Pep, because obviously what he's done at City is amazing, and obviously he's the best. I mean, he's the best manager in the world.
I agree.
That's fair.
Wait, guys, can I speak about Man City PSG quickly? Actually,
yeah, go ahead.
That performance last week from Man City, I think it was quite overrated. If I'm being honest, I'm seeing Gary Lineker say it's the best performance by an English team in Europe in years. I think absolute rubbish, absolute crap. They scored a goal which Navas made an error, and they scored a free kick. Like, bloody Poch bottling it, you know. It's just you can't.
Just because one pundit says it is overrated in his head. That's what it is. I wouldn't say it's underrated. I wouldn't say it's overrated. Like a performance I'd say is overrated is Arsenal's 3-2 comeback in Europa League. That's what I'd say is overrated, because their fan base talk about it and pundits talk about it. That's a fan base and pundits talking about it more than one. Gary Lineker is the only person who came out and said that was such a brilliant performance, one of the greatest of like the last few years. That's one pundit and half a fan base is saying that. Like, no, that for me is perfectly rated. I think it was a good performance.
I mean, you can take the man out of Tottenham, but you can't take the Tottenham out of the man. So, you know, Pep's gonna beat Poch tonight.
But like, who knows, man? Like PSG could you know what I mean? As I said before, you know, we haven't seen a crazy game yet. So maybe tonight PSG might just do one over Man City. You don't know. Neymar could just, you know what I mean? Like the thing is, Poch did beat Pep in the semi-final. So we'll have to wait and see. You know, like if that's football. You know, you can never expect anything to happen. But moving on to the, I guess. We'll talk quickly about the UEFA, the Europa League, where Man U and Arsenal. So I guess is Man U through to the final then?
Yeah, I think obviously Man U following 6-2 win against Roma last week, obviously through to the final. I think it's all dependent on Arsenal. Obviously, we want to see an all English final. Obviously, Arsenal have to overcome the 2-1 defeat to Villarreal. However, it's not over for Arsenal. Obviously, the away goal has given them hope, so it's not over for them also. But you all know Unai Emery, in this kind of competition, he's ruthless. So I don't know. Arsenal, there's a team that is just a joke. I don't really know what to say about Arsenal.
Ibs, what do you want to say on the game? But on both games, what's your take on that?
Sorry, I didn't mean
ads, sorry.
Arsenal are just shit. So I don't really want to talk about how shit they are, because it might become a little bit insulting. But no, for me, like I keep telling people, just like an English final would be brilliant, but it's just not going to happen because Arsenal are just too bad. But this is a team that are actually, listen, unbiasedly, I'll say this now. Arsenal are one of the best teams, like overall in the world. If you count out all the crap, they are, as a club, one of the best around. But as a team, they are honestly one of the worst I've seen out of the major clubs. They are honestly one of the worst. That's why I think with the Super League, if that were to happen, they would always be bottom of the pile. But no, man, this is a great example of my point. Arsenal are just not good enough, and we just slap up teams, and you know we just do it well, like in an I wouldn't say an orderly fashion, because the fact we have to run 45 minutes to score more than one goal back again, it's just annoying. And I said on GNA TV, I just wish we would have to rely on 45 minutes in the second half to win a game. I just wish we could just slap up this team in the first half of 2 goals and then give them another 3 in the second half. It's just simple as, and that's not just in the Europa League; it's also in the EPL. But that just proves, in a way, it's positive because it's proving that Ollie actually has a plan and he knows what he's doing. So if he adds a few more additions into our team, I don't think there's any excuse for us to keep relying on a second half to win us a game. But no, man, Arsenal, I want them to go to the final just so we can fuck them up and prove that they're shit. But point proven if they lose to Villarreal, whoever they are facing. But Man United, I think we've got this, man. I don't see us losing this tournament. I just think it's ours. I said it would be ours, and looks like it is going to be ours. So come on, United.
If you lose to Arsenal, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Or Emery.
I'm just gonna. If you lose to Arsenal, man, I'm gonna be. I don't even know, man.
Trust me, bro.
Please don't lose to Arsenal, man. Don't lose to Arsenal.
I'm not losing to anyone.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Arsenal might not even go to the final, but please, man, do not lose to Arsenal. Because look, I'd rather see Man U win it because with Arsenal, at least Man U, you know, I have some Man U friends and stuff like this for my night. They've told me, yeah, you know, we might win it, but like if we win it, we're not gonna hype it up, you know, because it's still just Europa League, you know. It's not. We want to be in the Champions League, right? If this is Arsenal, they'll win it all summer long. They'll be talking about it, the game, the final, beat Man United in the final. You know, you'll hear Arsenal fans all summer.
It's because it'll be their first European trophy.
Yeah, but you know what I say though, because it's the thing is, I feel like some people, because I know a few people who were Ollie out, right? They've kind of transferred their views on it and kind of said, you know what, maybe Ollie out isn't the answer. Maybe I could just be in the middle. And I've spoken to him. I said, do you want to see Ollie lift the trophy? And they said, yeah. I don't hate the guy. I really want to see him do well at Man United. And when I hear people say that they hate what Ollie's doing to our club, I'm like, what are you talking about? Man's got a second place pretty much confirmed since, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, probably. He pretty much confirmed it for us then. And, you know, it's crazy how people can say that he's not doing good, because I think he's doing really, really well for an apparent crap manager. So I think it will be a bit more special if this trophy is won by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because a lot of people say the Europa League is a loser's cup, but I see it as like the third most important trophy, and I think it should be held up as a really good reward. I think if when we do win it, we would deservedly have won it, and because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has won his first trophy, and it's a European one as well, I think we'll be celebrating it for a few weeks. But trust me, it definitely won't be going in to next season. Like High Point will be going into next season. We'll be looking for much bigger things.
Yeah, I guess it'll also be like a good stepping stone to then maybe make Man U go and then challenge for a Prem, or you know what I mean. Sometimes with any team, you always need a bit of a trophy just to kind of elevate the squad and the manager. You know, if Ole, who knows, if Ole wins this trophy, the morale of the team with the relationship with the manager might even grow because of kind of that unity of winning a trophy together. So I think that's going to be huge. And it doesn't even matter what type of trophy it is. It's just winning a trophy with your manager.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that can already be seen with Cavani potentially about to sign an extension. He's obviously bought into the plan that Ollie has and with the team. So I think that's already like the start of the project.
Do you know who I think will be the key for United winning that final? I think Paul Pogba. He's always that person you can rely on in these big games in a final. So, and if Ollie does win the Europa League, he deserves a lot of respect.
Absolutely.
Ollie is a decent manager. If he wins that Europa League, I think he deserves to be rated even higher than he probably is now. But he would have had a fantastic season with not the best squads in the league for sure, but a decent first 11. Quite a good first 11. And then, not the best bench. So, I mean, I don't hope he gets backed for reasons that I don't want United challenging with us. I'd rather just be us and Man City. But, for his sake, the United board should back him, but they probably won't. So,
fair enough.
No, that's cool. That's cool. But I guess it might be like how it was a couple of years ago, like all English European finals, with Man City and Chelsea maybe, and even Arsenal. And Man United. So that's That's that would be the games.
Well, imagine Roma win 4-0 and they go through. Imagine.
Wait. So wait, ads. Would you sack Oli if that happened?
Sack Oli if what happens?
If we'll see if it happens. But if Roma like win 4-0 against Man United, is that goodbye Oli then?
I mean that would never happen. But if it were to, then you know what? It's hard because right. If Oli could listen, if there were no chances created, then yeah, I would sack him because that's on the manager. When there's no creativity, that's the manager's fault, right? But if we've had chances and we've missed them, like we have in most of our semi-finals, minus the City game where we lost 2-0, then I would blame the players because missing chances is not on the manager at all. It isn't at all on the players.
Yeah, no, totally understand. But I guess now we're just gonna move forward to top four. I guess yes, Man United will get top four, and I think they will stay second in the league. Who knows? But I think they will. What's your Ibs, what's your opinion? Who do you think is going to get top four? Who's going to be the two teams?
Yeah, with the top four race, it's obviously very tight at the moment.
It is quite
like even Tottenham are to be considered in the race, and all the way up to. I'll say up to. I don't think not Arsenal, but up to Liverpool. So up to 7th place.
Yeah.
7th to 4th is the top four battle, including Leicester actually in 3rd. So Leicester, I'd say I think Leicester are the team to bottle it this season again, just because of the fixture list they have.
Yeah,
is very tough. So I can see them dropping out of the top four, and maybe a Chelsea and even a West Ham getting top four. Just because Leicester still have to play United, Chelsea, and Spurs, and I just see them losing a few of those games.
Yeah, no,
and a team like West Ham, I think with West Ham they have nothing to lose, so they could literally with Jesse Lingard, anything's possible. So I think they can get top four, and then Chelsea as well.
Well, so Leicester. For you think Leicester might drop out?
Yeah, I think Leicester are going to be inconsistent for the last few games of the season. And drop out of 3rd, and even drop out of the top 4 place.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting end of the season. For me, I mean, I think Chelsea will get top 4. But yeah, this is why all fans is football. We watch football. We it's gonna be a crunch end of the season. Also for Chelsea, because we have the Champions League, we have the FA Cup final. It's gonna be an exciting kind of couple of weeks, till the end of the season stuff. Do you mind? Can you be able to share on the screen that showed the table? Would you be able to do it?
I'm not too sure how to do it, to be honest, but I can read it. I can read out the table because I have it. Have it on a new tab.
Total? Just to kind of mention it.
So Leicester in 3rd place, 63. Chelsea 4th place, 61, and then West Ham in 5th, 58. Tottenham 6th have 56, and Liverpool 7th have 54, but a game in hand. So if Liverpool were to win their game in hand, they'll be on 57 above Tottenham.
Do you guys rule out Liverpool then? Liverpool has no chance to get top 4 now? Or?
No, I can't rule them out just because of their fixtures. Obviously, they have Man U, which was meant to happen. Yeah. But then the rest of their fixtures they have winnable games.
If United beat Liverpool whenever the game's played, I think they're out of it. And I think United
I agree.
Beat Liverpool as well. So please, Ollie, have a masterclass first, Klopp.
Will, who do you think is going to get top 4? Who do you think?
I agree with Ibs that Leicester might drop out. If I'm being honest,
I'd like to disagree. I personally think what's going to happen is Leicester will get 4th. West Ham will lose their last 2 games. And Chelsea will grab 3rd. That's what I see happen. I see Man City, Man United, Chelsea, then Leicester. I see West Ham just about missing it.
But wouldn't you say West Ham have easier
fixtures? Yeah.
I mean, but we do say West Ham have easy fixtures, but at times even when they've controlled a game completely, they've fucked up a little bit. So for me, when you're a team who makes games hard for yourselves, I don't care what anyone says. West Ham make games hard for themselves. So that's why they've nearly lost And then you lost that game to Wolves and Leicester, and they drew to Arsenal. They are a team that make games difficult for themselves. And when you're in a situation where you have a chance to win something, when you have a chance to get somewhere high up in the league, West Ham have that right now, and I don't see them getting top 4. I see them getting top 5 though, definitely.
But say Leicester were to lose 3 of their last 4 games, because they have the next game is against Newcastle. They should win that. Then they have Man United, Chelsea, and Spurs last game of the season.
I think I see them right. They'll beat Newcastle. I think that, of course, I think they lose against us. Chelsea, I think it's either going to be. I think that's a draw for me, which makes things interesting. If they do draw and Chelsea drop 2 points as well, oh shit, if that happens and West Ham win their game in advance, that could open up the spot for West Ham to potentially even get 4th or 3rd. So it's a bit mad.
It's close.
To be
It's
fair,
really close.
At this point in the season, I don't think there's any easy games because
Yeah.
you've got loads of teams fighting for top 4 or even top 6 and
relegation.
But for the mid-table teams that have got nothing to play for, sometimes the pressure's off, so they even play better. So
that's true.
So I don't think any game's going to be easy. We've got especially a tough run in. So
yeah, we've got, it's not easy. Like let me quickly have a look at.
Boys, I gotta go. Yeah.
All right, catch you in a bit.
Yeah, take care, boys. Yeah.
Let me have a quick look. So Mendy. So for Chelsea, so Chelsea have got City, Arsenal, Leicester, and Aston Villa, and then West Ham, and that those 4 games are not yes, maybe Arsenal could be a winnable game, but Arsenal could still be quite a tough game. It is Arsenal. It's still always a London derby, so it's not always easy. And actually, we say West Ham have easy games, but they have Everton, then Brighton. Brighton's not hard. They're trying to stay up. They want to try and stay in the Premier League. Then West Brom and then Southampton. So it's not like West Ham have the easiest fixtures also, because I think the next game against Everton could be big, because I think Everton still want to fight for at least to get some type of European football. And then also with Leicester, they've got Newcastle next, and Newcastle, they need to win that goal. They need to get a result there because they lost against Arsenal. So, and then they got Man United, Chelsea, and Spurs. So it's going to be, like you could see Leicester drop out. Like, look, man, it could.
It's going to go to the wire. Last game of the season.
It's going to be a crazy end of the season. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy end of the season. Yeah. Just to end it, I'm just going to quickly talk about the Hall of Fame. So, have you guys made your votes, or have you?
I haven't yet. I haven't.
No. Yeah.
If you, but let me. But I guess you guys already know. So I guess Thierry Henry and Alan Shearer already are part of it. But isn't it crazy how Czech hasn't been it for me, man? For all things, for Czech not to even be in the top 20, it's ridiculous. For me.
Do you know what, Alex? Crazy. I think it's crazy that Alan Shearer has even got an instant part of it. If you compare, I don't think he's a bigger Premier League legend than Wayne Rooney.
It's just to do with the amount of goals he scored.
Yeah, but surely, I just don't think he's warranted it. I know he's the top scorer, and this sounds crazy, but I'd rather give it to someone that have won multiple trophies while scoring loads of goals and doing it on the big stage. So Wayne Rooney or Didier Drogba or a player of that level. That's why or Aguero even. I think Aguero deserves to be in there instantly.
Yeah, that's what that was this
over Shearer.
Yeah, I guess they just haven't put. I guess they haven't mentioned him in because he hasn't maybe retired yet. But you have the likes of. Yes, he was a good player, but Matt Letizia, he's in front of Czech, or even having Les Ferdinand from Newcastle. I don't know, man.
It's weird.
It's a bit questionable some of these options. But yeah, look, it's a bit crazy. But look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read you guys out the list, and I wanna ask you what would be your kind of
Oh,
top
I just
5.
realised why Czech and Aguero are not in. I just realised because Czech's technically not retired because he plays for the developmental
I guess
squad. And Aguero, why did I say Aguero? He still plays. So
yeah, he's still playing. Yeah, but what? Yeah, I'm gonna ask you guys your top 5 kind of that you would pick kind of. So it's Tony Adams, David Beckham, Dennis Bergkamp, Sol Campbell, Eric Cantona, Andy Cole, Ashley Cole, Didier Drogba, Les Ferdinand, Rio Ferdinand, Robbie Fowler, Steven Gerrard, Roy Keane, Frank Lampard, Matthew Letitia, Michael Owen, Peter Schmeichel, Paul Scholes, John Terry, Robbie Van Persie, Vidic, Patrick Vieira, and Ian Wright. So, through that list, who would be your top 5? You have to
Top
vote.
5.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's kind of hard to pick the ones which are before my time. So like people like Tony Adams, Sol Campbell, or like Eric Cantona. Obviously, I don't watch those players play.
Yeah.
So if I was to just pick based on the knowledge I have, I'll probably go for Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, Rio Ferdinand, and I'll say Tony Adams because I know, Tony Adams.
That's fair. You know, I just realised also who's that player that's missing in this team? Like who? Wait, what's the guy's name? It'll come to me. I was quite shocked that he was not in the. Yeah, why isn't Wayne Rooney in here?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
yeah.
Why isn't Rooney there?
He has retired, and like he's probably one of the best. And
he's won almost everything.
Could you make an argument he's the best English player ever?
Look, I guess football's quite opinionated. Like, yes, that's tough.
You could because based on his trophies.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying
you could.
Is he in the debate?
You could say that based on trophies and goals.
Yeah. No, but it's a bit strange for me because it should Van Persie be in front of Wayne Rooney in the Hall of Fame? I think Rooney should be, yes, Van Persie, for the time he was incredible, but like Wayne Rooney should have got in before Van Persie.
Should definitely be ahead of him.
What what's your what would be your kind of top 5 players to kind of vote for?
It's difficult because am I doing this? Certain players might miss out because of off the pitch behaviour. So I'm going to go with Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ashley Cole, Roy Keane, Rio Ferdinand. I don't know. See, if I'm doing it based off on the pitch, I probably would pick John Terry a part of it, but for what he's done off the pitch, I'd rather give it to someone else. I'm going to say Dennis Bergkamp.
That's a good option. I was thinking of picking him myself, but yeah, my 5 would actually be Dennis Bergkamp. I haven't seen Cantona, so I couldn't. But I think yes, I think Cantona would be in it, but I just haven't seen him enough. Playing. I didn't grow up during that era. I would go. I think Lampard would get in there. Scholes, so that's 3. And then maybe I would go for Drogba and Patrick Vieira. That's where I would. That's where I would go for. It was either Roy Keane. I think he's close, man, because I think and Ferdinand. It's tough, man. To pick 5 out of all these great players.
I could have just been quite biased as well.
Yeah. Also, yeah. No, I could have picked John Terry, but there was just kind of this. I'll go for more the attacking minded players, But yeah, guys, I think that will just kind of wanted to wrap up with the Hall of Fame and just hopefully Chelsea win tomorrow, and we'll
Hopefully
win
PSG win tonight.
Yeah, but I guess the game has just started, hasn't it? So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it'll be an entertaining game for the neutral. And you look, wait, just to end it, Will, who would you prefer in the final, Man City or PSG?
I'd rather play Poch over Pep.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. No, I would the same. Even if they have the likes of Mbappe and Neymar, I think I think also Thomas Tuchel, he would know, he would know a lot of the PSG players, and I think that could also play in Chelsea's hands. So I'm supporting PSG tonight, man. I'm gonna be supporting PSG. I want PSG to go through. So, but yeah, guys, thanks for coming on and for everything, and make sure to subscribe to the First 11. And Ibs, do you wanna shout out your channel and everything?
Yeah. So Instagram and Twitter is at _IBZ7_, and YouTube is All Things Football.
And Will?
You can find me on Strong TV at KH No Filter Football as well. Probably forgetting other places where I'm on, but actually, yeah, go and subscribe to Slens' channel as well, at Slens Talks, and Lambs' channel as well, Lambs Reacts. So yeah.
And I'm Alex. This is my Twitter here, just AlexRobert99. I'm always there and there on Twitter. If I see something controversial, then I'll talk about it, and then try and talk to people. I'm always on a lot of Twitter kind of spaces, always chatting away about football with lots of different people. Yeah, I'm on the First 11 here, Next Gen, Genie TV. Shout out to Occasional Filter for hitting 1K. You should go and subscribe there. It's a really funny channel. I'm also on a channel called Baggy TV. It's like a Chelsea channel, and we're trying to hit 6K. So if you can go and sub there, be very generous. And yeah, and then don't forget to subscribe and smash a like button on this channel for First 11 Next Gen. And yeah, and thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. See you in a bit.